Muslim Housing Services operates in a city with the third largest number of homeless people in the United States. But don't let the name fool you. This organization, which has been working in Seattle for 2 decades, opens its doors to people of all faiths. Its goal is to put homeless and low-income people like this woman, who didn't want her face shown, into housing, and then help them learn to live independently.
Okay, so she came from Ethiopia, and the reason she came to this country is because there was a war back home, and she just fled the war to come here.
But she wasn't able to find a job and was on the verge of becoming homeless. For this interview, VOA was helped by Munira Gamada, a Muslim housing staff member who is fluent in Oromo, spoken in the Horn of Africa.
She likes living in Seattle, so she came here because the rent was really high and she should have been no other way to pay for her rent. So she heard about Muslim housing through the community, the Oromo community, and so I came here asking for rental assistance.
MHS staff members speak a half-dozen African languages, as well as Arabic and Urdu. Director Rizwan Rizwi says their goal isn't just to get people off the street, but to teach them to re-engage with the world.
What we do is that we will find either a private landlord to work with them and house them and pay part of the rent, or in some cases all of the rent if they have zero income. And we will then work with, once they're housed, in many cases they don't have furniture, we'll arrange for them to get some furnishings for their unit and then make sure that children are back in school. And then once the children are in school, we work on trying to get the parents some employment so they can become self-sufficient. Our goal is not to make families dependent on our agency. It's for us to help them get their life back on track.
The Ethiopian refugee now lives in temporary housing for women. She's also receiving help finding a job and other skills to prepare her to live independently.
Some people need a few months' assistance. Some people need several months. Sometimes they need more than a year of assistance. Some of the cases can be quite complicated, and that's why every client that works with us has a dedicated case manager. And the case manager will work with them on helping them find a unit, making sure the kids are going to school, and the family will check in with their case manager and explain what's going on.
In 2017, Muslim Housing Services helped over 1,000 individuals and families find homes and get back on track. With 12,000 people living on the street in Seattle, it may not seem like much, but it's a priceless gift for every person MHS has helped. Valdia Baraputri for VOA News.